Alcorn State University, head coach Ted Robinson. To his right, Marcelo Wilson, and to his left, Octavius Trey Brown. Coach, you can open up with the statement and we'll take questions.
I thought we came out, we were ready, we were prepared. Sometimes the basket just has a lid on it, and a lot of the shots that we normally make, we didn't make today. I thought we played with some energy and some passion, but it just didn't flow the way it normally flows for us.
Questions?
Talk about the last minute and a half. What was the strategy going into that, and especially in the last sequence? Was it you guys try to design an inbounds play to get a quick hitter, or what was the strategy?
Well, that inbound play, it was for a shot. We thought with 12 seconds left, I think it was on the clock, we thought we had enough time to either get a quick three or a quick two right away. They did a pretty good job of defending that. Got to give them credit for that. But we got to be more aggressive in those type of situations.
Coach, talk about. Granted, this is for the most part considered an upset. Talk about the season as a whole, and how do you look at what adjustments need to be made towards the recruiting as you prepare for next season?
Well, the season, I thought we had a great season. I thought it was an excellent one. These seniors right here to my left and my right, they came out and did everything I asked of them. Through us going through APR issues in the postseason, ban, they could have did like some of the other seniors did not return. But they wanted to leave a legacy, leave something behind so Braves Nation could be proud of. And that's one of the things that they did. I can't thank these guys enough because they came out from day one from the summer. I had 10 guys in on the summer, and they worked day in and day out to do everything that was asked of them to change the culture and the program and the atmosphere around at Alcorn. Trey Brown here, he passed 18 hours this summer with a 3.0 and had a 2.9 this fall. Marcelo Wilson came in and was my workout guy. He was in the gym. He was the guy that was forcing other guys to get in the gym and just showing them what it's like to be a Division I basketball player. And that's what we need, from this point forward, going forward, is guys willing to come in and work in the classroom as well as on the court to set standards and goals, and so these young guys that will be coming in behind these seniors can do. And I think the foundation has been laid pretty good.
Coach, I'm sorry, go ahead. And coaching the players, just looking at the stats, Coach, you said it yourself, seems like you guys couldn't buy a bucket. How frustrating was it in a game like this that it seems like if it was a layup, it rimmed out or bounced short, or if it was looked like an open look from three, it just bounced off? How frustrating was it knowing that you guys planned and you had good looks, but it was just one of those nights where the iron was unkind?
It's extremely frustrating. It's probably more frustrating to these guys out here. My thing as a head coach, just trying to stay calm and let them know it's not a panic situation. And even to the last 30 seconds, we were in the ball game. We had an opportunity to tie it or even to cut it. You as a coach, you just want to believe because you believe in your players. You just think the next one's going in, and you try to instill into each one of them and just tell them that, hey, the next one is going to be the next one. If it's an open look, your feet are set, knock it down. If he's playing up on you, rip through, drive, and get to the basket. I thought a couple different things could have went our way, calls here and there, but those are judgmental and suspect calls. But you got to live with them, and you got to move on to the next play. And that's what you just try to keep the players' head just calm, let it go, move to the next play.
All right, Coach, I'm Van Pettaway. I got one question. With 11 seconds to go, was there ever any thought of trying to extend the game instead of going for the three?
Yeah. We wanted to. If we had a nice look at the three, because to Marshall, he's made big shots all year, and I wanted to put it into my two seniors' hands, and if he could make it, his feet were set, go ahead and knock it down and take it. But we wanted to try to catch and rip through and go for the two if it was possible. We was just wanting to take the best case scenario that was brought to us.
Any Any questions for players?
Demarcio, on that last shot, you looked like your body language, like you thought you were contacted. You think you had the best look you had on that last shot?
I think I had the best look when I came off, but as I came off, I kind of hesitated, and he just ran into me, but the ref didn't give me the call. I mean, I wish it would have still went in, but it's just 50-50 either way it goes. You know, it was some calls that they made, some calls that they didn't make. I mean, you just got to live with it and move on.
Hesitating, anticipating the contact, or you just hesitated?
I hesitated to anticipate the contact, but as I was getting ready to go up, he ran into me clearly, and I asked the referee to look at the replay, but when he ran into me, I just tried to get the shot on up, and he didn't give me the call.
Okay, Wilson, on the three-point shot with 11 seconds to go, after your initial catch, and you didn't see it, did you think that maybe I should get to the basket? Because nobody can stop you driving.
Yeah, that's what I thought about that. But then again, I thought all throughout the season I've been making big shots, either from the three or from the mid-range. I just been making big shots. We played them once at our house, and I hit a big shot from the corner, just the same. But it was off a different play. But I just thought I would still be able to get the shot up. But obviously, it was a good contest, and he tipped the ball in our air ball, and then went out of bounds. Luckily, we still was able to get the possession and to get another shot at it. But I think I should have drove it.
Trey, if you could talk about the difference between a year ago and finishing out your senior year this season here, actually in the tournament.
The difference between a year ago and this year is it's been a lot of commitment. When Coach came in, he got us to come in and trust each other. You know, when we first started practicing, it looked like somebody in the YMCA playing rake ball. But after a while, he got us to trust and believe in his system. We started running it, and everything been going good since.
Any more questions for Alcorn State?
One last, let's talk about that. You know, going through a change, especially as a senior, not only are you making a coaching change, but you're making a philosophy change, and as Coach talks about, you know, culture, that's almost like a reset from senior to freshman and dealing with it.
It's really just a commitment thing because you got to change the way you think from the way you live, the way you eat, everything you do. If you want to believe in something so bad and do it, because if he come in and, you know, try to change culture and you're not with it, then it's not gonna work out. But if you commit to it, live by it, everything will work out in your favor.
And Coach, lastly, just talking to the two guys that with you just today, but you know, dealing with it on from a coach's philosophy, and you looking at the team, you know, everybody's on a clean slate from day one, and then just making a culture change, but also making a philosophy change.
Well, my biggest things was just, you know, it was with this senior bunch. You know, I think from day one I got all my seniors in. And, you know, I wanted to hear what they had to say as far as the things that was in their past. I wanted to get their past out of their way at that time and let them know that what had happened in the past is gone. And you know, tomorrow is a new day. So, you know, one of the things that we talked about all year was just staying in the present, staying in the moment, and believing and trusting in one another. And I knew if I can get my seniors to believe and trust in it and not just throw in the towel. You know, I knew I had some talent. You know, I was able to bring in a couple pieces, but I really believed in these guys and all of my seniors. I had seniors that did just an unbelievable job of just staying the course, getting in the gym. And late in the season, you know, if I'm still doing all the coaching late in the season, you know, we're not in a good situation. These seniors, they started to really halfway through the conference holding each other accountable to everything on and off the court, getting on them. Like, Coach, you know, this guy ain't doing what he had to do. We may have to sit and you know, do those things. They were coming to me about different things. So, you know, I can't be I'm just proud of just this bunch. You know, this is our first winning season since 2002. You know, we had two five-game just winning streaks throughout the season, back to back. We were a snap away from just rolling off 10 games in a row. So, I mean, these guys, they have nothing to put their head down and lower their head, and, you know, they should be upset about this loss. But just be proud of what they've accomplished. And, you know, we've got this university back on board of just loving basketball again. You know, coming to the gym, wanting to see a basketball game. People are wanting to buy tickets to the games, you know. And that was the plan from the beginning, just to bring that back to Alcorn. Coach Whitney left a legacy and a trail that a lot of people haven't seen. And, you know, I just wanted to, you know, just if I can do as half as what he did for this program, you know, I'll think it's a success.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. All right, Mississippi Valley State head coach Andre Payne to his right is number 24 Isaac Williams and Marcus Romaine to his left. Coach, you're going to open up with a statement, and we'll take questions.
Yes. Well, you know, we're definitely thankful to be here again, thankful to be going second in this process. My guys, once again, they got out there and followed the program, followed what we had outlined for them to do. We knew we didn't want a high-scoring game. We wanted to minimize the scoring, and that's what we done. We were able to hold off in the second half and not let them pull away. And I think we probably kept the lead majority of the second half. They may have taken it for a short. And so we gave ourselves a chance to win the ball game at the end. And when we did that, we prevailed. I'm proud of these guys.
Coach, talk about the last 2 minutes of this game.
Well,
but you're in postseason play and you're moving forward.
well, you know, we played them to a total of 4 overtimes this year. 3 at our place and 1 at their place. So all I was saying is, oh, no, not again. You know, not again. I told the guys we will not foul the three-point shooter. We will not give up and ones. And, you know, we had a strange lineup, a lineup I typically wouldn't put in there, but I didn't want to change them because they were playing so well together there at the end. And the guys they were determined. They weren't going to lose this one. It wasn't even about what I was doing or saying over there. They made up their mind they weren't going to lose.
Coach, you have 1 minute, 17 seconds left in the game. The leading scorer fouls out. What goes in the back of your mind?
What hit in the back of my mind is, who do I have to put in? Because he's probably one of my best ball handlers too. Who can handle this ball and at the same time make free throws? Because I figured they were going to have to start fouling us. And so we started doing a little defense, offensive sub. And, you know, I didn't want to panic, you know. Didn't want to panic because I didn't want them to panic. And then I stuck some guys in like Rashawn Sewers, who didn't play much, but he probably had the biggest 2 minutes of the ball game.
Williams, you talk about the defense. You got a big block down toward the end of the contest. And actually, you had to come from behind, and it was a great foul and a block on that. That kind of turned your team around defensively. How did that make you feel personally, knowing that you were helping pull off this upset?
Well, I know at the beginning of the game, I know I didn't take a charge, so I was like I gotta make up for it somehow. So whenever think it was 35 went up, I was like, I gotta get my hand on this ball somehow. I can't let them get a layup either. You're gonna have to go to the free throw line and earn it, or they're gonna have to call a jump ball. And they called a jump ball, and the favor went in our hands.
Coach, this is the second time in this tournament where you've had leads that have kind of collapsed at the last minute. What's been the primary difference? And you've had some situations during the regular season where it didn't go your way. Is there anything that was learned or discovered or that your players happen to come across that kind of made the difference in these last 2 games?
Well, yes. Being able to make free throws was huge for us at the end. The guys have learned now, in my opinion, to panic so much and to get the ball in the primary ball handler's hand. During the regular season, we lost a lot of games at the end because a lot of people at the end of the ball game had the ball that probably shouldn't have had it, and so that's what we've concentrated on more. Marcus, who I left here, we definitely want the ball in the end of his hand because he can create and also he can make free throws.
Mr. Romaine,
Yeah.
you almost let your emotions get the best of you after that fifth foul.
Yeah.
Now, you were frustrated with your teammate, but with the new rule that there's no 5-second call, you really didn't have to come over, right?
No, I didn't have to come over, but I wanted to.
I know you wanted the ball,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't have to come over, but I wanted to secure the game, wanted the ball in my hands at a time like that, and I just wanted to, bring it home for the team. But thankfully, the teammates took care of it when I was out the game and got the W.
Right. Now, you all need to give an extra hamburger to your little freshman now.
Yeah.
He stepped to the line and hit some big free throws after he shot the air ball now.
Yeah. Might have to give him a little more than a hamburger.
I said extra.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay, because when you ran over there and they called that block on you now, that he saved the day.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Coach, talk about halftime. I saw you get in the layup line and trying to intensify the crew. What was the rationale behind that? What was going on through your mind, and what was the reason?
I am a coach who's very intense, and you can talk with my players and they'll tell you, even when we practice, I'm in the middle with them practicing, and as long as the good Lord bless me to able to move and able to do a little bit, then I'm going to do all I can because I believe they feed off my energy. And believe it or not, I feed off their energy too because there's a lot of time when I'm tired on the sideline and I look out there at them and I see my jokers are playing hard. So I just believe in picking the guy's spirit up. And I knew when we left out the locker room, the spirit wasn't right where I needed to be. And some said, do something. And that was something I had to do.
And it didn't go unnoticed because I mentioned that on air. I saw you when you went into that layup huddle. And I mentioned that on air that you saw something you didn't like and you would continue to motivate your players even though you were out of the locker room.
Yes.
We mentioned that on air.
Yeah. I seen a couple guys that may have dropped their head in the locker room, and not because they thought we were going to lose the ball game, but just because it wasn't going the way that we wanted it to go. But that's okay, man. And I just think sometimes you have to step outside the box, step outside the box and try to, whatever it takes, step outside the box.
Hey, Coach, 2 wins in 2 days. As you advance further in the tournament, are you going to start worried about fatigue, or is it just feeling like, hey, you guys are underdogs. Now we're playing with house money, making it to the conference semis with a chance to make it to the finals?
Well, excuse the grammar. I always tell them I ain't got tired. I got time to be tired. As simple as that. I tell them that all the time. This is our style. This is our pace. These guys right here, they're ready to go every night. I always tell them, if you feel tired, look at the other guy who's wearing a different jersey than you. That ought to give you a little more energy. I understand where you're coming from, but they're trained and they work themselves to this point here. We can't let fatigue. We're going to do all we can physically to take care of them, and they got to do all they can mentally to take care of themselves.
Any more questions for Mississippi Valley State? Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.